Henry the Green Engine has lived on the island of Sodor for many years. He wouldn't want to be anywhere else. He likes every part of it, from the fields filled with flowers to the white sandy beaches. But there is one place that Henry always enjoyed visiting more than any other. His driver knew this too. He would sometimes say, Henry loved it here. The forest was full of broad oaks and tall pines. Henry could remember the day long ago when he and Toby brought some new trees to be planted, and Terence and Trevor helped haul them into place. Now he could see the trees growing amongst the others on the hillside. Henry always felt better for being here. He couldn't really explain why, but his driver understood. He said to Henry, "But one night, everything changed. The engines were resting in the shed," said Thomas. Replied Toby. Added James. All the engines laughed, except Henry. By morning, the fierce winds had gone, but the damage was done. Henry's driver came to see him in the yard. He said, Donald set off with the breakdown train, and Henry followed. Trees laid everywhere. The hillside now looked so bare. Henry felt sad. He thought. When Henry's flat cars were full of logs, he took them to the timber mill where they would be turned into furniture and other things. Henry was glad the wood was being put to good use, but he was still sorry to lose part of his forest. Sighed Toby to Thomas. Replied Thomas. Said Sir Topham Hatt. Said Toby. Replied Sir Topham Hatt. When the freight cars arrived, Toby was delighted. They were full of splendid young trees all ready for planting. Said Toby happily. When Henry returned, he was most surprised. There were Terence and Trevor busily helping the workmen clear the torn stumps and branches. Called Terence. Now, whenever Henry stops by the forest, he can see the new trees growing strong and tall. Sometimes everywhere is very quiet, and oftentimes Henry can hear leaves rustling or a bird's wing brushing the air. Often he can hear the distant sound of children laughing, and always he is happy here.